Today we're looking at the Engwe EP2 Pro to see if this e-bike might be a good option for you. The EP2 Pro comes in at just over $1,000 at the time of this video. It'll come equipped with the Shimano 7-speed shifter and Tourney derailleur system, which these are a little bit more entry-level components. The EP2 comes with a smooth twist throttle that also acts as a cruise control when held for 8 seconds. Along with a wider seat, this gives you more comfort for longer rides. The EP2 Pro is equipped with a 48-volt 750-watt motor along with dual disc brakes that are mechanical on a 160mm rotor. The EP2 Pro will sit on a set of 20-inch black 6-spoke wheels along with a 4-inch wide all-terrain tire to give you plenty of traction when hitting the trails. The EP2 will come with a set of keys, and one has to be inserted into the bottom and turned on in order for the battery to activate, which it has to be left in place, which I think this is actually bad because it could be left to get damaged or even forgotten about. The battery of the bike can be charged in the bike or even outside the bike, which if you want to remove the battery, you will have to fold the bike in half, which this will take just a little bit of practice to kind of figure it out. But then this is where you get your exposure to the battery, which you do have to unlock it with the key, but be careful as it could slide out like that and possibly hit the ground and get damaged. The EP2 Pro is equipped with a 48-volt battery that's 13 amp hours or provides about 624 watt-hours of power, which there is no way to tell the indication of charge status on the outside, but again, the battery can be charged outside of the unit if you want. Which I did find that when charging the bike with the provided cable, it was definitely a little bit tighter than it should have been. So I'm going to do a full ride test on this with a full battery, and I took it around the block real quick just to make sure everything was working correctly, and so we'll start with 1.5 miles on this bike and see how much we get out of it. Okay, so I've already been going up and down some hills. I've got about 5 miles on the bike, and I feel like the braking system could be a little bit better, at least for me with my weight and also my gear bag at 205 pounds. Okay, I'm on a level road, pedal assist 5 and full cruise control and hovering almost 20 miles an hour. This is me not pedaling. Okay, again on pedal assist 5 and now I'm pedaling and pedaling pretty aggressively too. And I just feel like I can't really go too much faster without kind of pedaling crazy, doing about 21 miles an hour, but I feel like I could really use one more gear. If you look at the cassette down there, it's only a 7-speed. I think a 9-speed would definitely be a little bit better for this bike. That way I had one more gear up top and one more down low. Now overall, I did find the bike very easy to ride and actually fun. I handled small trails like this with ease and wasn't going to win any races, but I even found a water crossing to go across, which I don't really recommend this as a manufacturer doesn't either, but it did it with no problem. Now these bikes are typically geared for being able to fold them and put them into a vehicle as they're relatively light, but these bikes are actually relatively heavy. They're 70 pounds and to fold them is not hard, but once you fold the bike, even by folding it one way or another, especially if you're new at this, you fold this down as well. The bike does fold relatively easy, but lifting this up into a vehicle is not exactly going to be something that's, I mean, does this look easy to you? And so after you fold the bike, it'll rest on a little kickstand right there. And the bike will just kind of sit like this. These are mainly just to store like this for taking up less space maybe in the garage. But trying to manhandle this into a vehicle, even if you remove the seat, even me being, you know, a pretty strong guy, this is not an easy task. Okay, so riding this bike pretty much all day on pedal assist 5 and going up and down a lot of hills, it says I should get about 24 miles out of it, but considering that the rider weight was about 160 pounds, I think when they tested it, and probably more flat ground, and I've been on a lot of hills, 22 and a half so far isn't too bad. Okay, well that was it. Completely dead at 22.7 miles, so not too bad.
Okay, just got back from the ride, being gone all day. Let's do lightning round and go over what we like and what we don't like. Okay, see, if you're going to do the full ride until the battery is done, you may want a pair of bike shorts. Overall, though, it's not bad. Now, when it comes to your braking system, the mechanical brakes are fine, but honestly, the rotors, they're too small. They need to be a little bit larger if you are going to be on a bike that's heavy like this. It's 70 pounds plus a rider that might be 200 pounds with some gear. The 750 watt motor didn't do a bad job. Honestly, it feels like a high powered or high torque 500 watt motor, but overall it's not bad if you were a little bit lighter. But for overall, for me and my 205 pounds with a gear, I felt like it could have done just a pinch better. Now, as far as the forks and suspension, they're overall decent. They're not going to win any, races or anything. They're going to do the job to suck up bumps, your overall standard kind of trails, and then sucking up any rocks, and maybe if you want to hop up or down curbs. Now, as far as the gearing goes, honestly, I think this needs just a little bit more as far as a gear set. Right now, you only have 7 speeds. A 9-speed would do a lot better if you had one more tall gear and one more low gear. This would help you get a better cruising speed once you're up to speed, and also help you get up hills a lot easier by going up to a 9-speed cassette on the back of that. Overall, the handlebars and the grips and everything are okay. I wouldn't mind something a little bit wider, more of a traditional mountain bike. That's just me. When you come to your controls here, these are kind of a little bit janky, honestly. I don't like the fact that if you are pressing on this negative button, it'll give you that walk assist mode. And these buttons down here, the on off, and then the ones to the side that are over here, these are not actually easy to get to. You have to be able to maneuver your thumb into a position like this, which is kind of just not exactly very natural. So I wouldn't mind seeing that whole thing replaced with something a little bit different. The bell, well, I don't know, it's a bell. Overall, the display isn't bad, but the functionality of it, going through some of the, the buttons here, when you go through some of the pages, it's kind of just not very intuitive. It goes through your trips and everything, and you can go through your speed assist as far as your pedal assist, but when you have to go into certain settings, it's a little bit more difficult. Overall, it does an okay job. It gives you the basics. I did find the little charging port was a little bit hard to insert and pull out the charging cable. Overall, I mean, maybe that's just because of where the battery is placed at the moment. Maybe I need to insert it and re-put it back in. The LED light in front is fine. It's not going to do much as far as, lighting up the whole road at night, but at least you can see where you're going. Now, overall, it's not a bad bike at $1,050. If you could pick this up at a cheaper price, so, if you get that on sale, this would definitely be a much better buy, at least in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think about this bike down in the comments below, and I hope to see you guys next time.